full table. That's your wish. But these are the most important ones. At least I'm damn sure that question related to these elements will be asked to you all. So we need a sequence to remember them. It's quite simple, funny, silly, stupid, but simple. Okay? And we need something scoring. So it's fine if it is funny or stupid. We need to remember it. Okay? So let's start. The first 20 elements. Since I have taught you all, I remember your faces. Right now I can see your face, but I know what expressions you people might have. So starting with the first 20 elements, I hope my 9th standard students remember this. Hi, hello, listen, BBC news on Friday night. Na, mango, Alia say, Pepsi, soda, cola, or kiwi cake. Those were the sequence, sorry, that was the sequence for first 20 elements. Now, as I said, along with the 20 elements, you need to remember other elements which are mentioned. So, for remembering the other elements, we will remember them by using the groups. Starting with group 1. This is hai, li, na, ke, RBCs, Farar. Okay? Helena ke RBCs Farar. That is group 1. Then group 2. Beta mange car, scooter, baap, razi. That is group 2. Group 18. He never argued with kirana wala, xerox wala, ration wala. And group 17. First class biryani I ate. Okay? Since it is festival season going on and most of you all won't be having what we say, the non-veg cuisine. But yeah, you all can remember biryani. Okay? No one forgets that. Am I right, students? Ken, are you okay? I'm glad this conversation over here is not in your classroom because you people might have made hell lot of noise when I would have been teaching this. Okay, now continuing with the further part. Position of the elements in the modern periodic table. Now, the 118 elements, students, in the periodic table are divided into different blocks. There are 4 blocks: S block, P block, D block, and F block. Starting with S block, group 1 and group 2 comes in S block. Okay. Then group 13 to 18 comes in P block. Group 3 to 12 consists of D block. And finally, the lanthanide and actinide series comes in F block. Okay. So you need to remember this. For obvious reasons, I need you people to write this thing down. So please be honest and write it. I'm giving you 2 minutes for that. Ganesh, you need to write the S block, P block, D block, and F block. I mean, which group to which group is present in that particular block. You need to write that. Okay, I hope you all are done. Now let's go to study the depth, okay, in depth of the blocks of modern periodic table. Starting with S block. S block consists of group 1 and group 2. Students always remember the number which is present on top, okay, to explain you all the group. That number, okay, the last number. Now, obviously, there is nothing in along with 1, so that means you are supposed to consider it as 0, 1. Okay, so the last number is always the number of electrons present in last shell of that particular element present in that group. Understood? So that means group 1 consists of one electron in its outermost, that is last shell. Then group 2, it consists of two electrons in the outermost orbit. Now group 1 is also called as alkali metals and group 2 is also called as alkaline earth metals. Why the word alkali is used? Because they act alkaline in nature. What is alkaline? They can dissolve in water. In the sense they are basic. Okay? Basic in nature. Yes. Or you could also say metallic base. Full form of S is sharp. Anish Rao. Stop asking the same question again and again. Now, in hold a second. In chemical reaction, these elements donate electrons. And since they donate electrons, which is the most important characteristic of a metal, they are all called as metals. But except hydrogen. Hydrogen is not a metal. Now, why hydrogen is not a metal? Because it already has only one electron. So it's but obvious it cannot donate that one electron. Okay. So except hydrogen, all other elements of group 1 and group 2, that is of S block, are metals. Next, they are also called as normal elements. Why normal elements? Because their outermost shell is incompletely filled. Now, you must be thinking, why outermost shell, if it is incompletely filled, why are they called normal? Well, students, always remember, chemicals are said to be reactants. I mean, the one they react. Okay? If they react, that means they're chemicals. If they don't react, then that might be an abnormal condition for a chemical, right? Which type of elements can react? Only the one that, oh, sorry, whose last shell is incompletely filled. Okay. Why do they react? Why incomplete shell elements only react? Because of only one reason. They need to become stable. And for becoming stable, they need to either accept electron or donate electron or share electron. And when they do so, that time they are said to be reaction elements. Okay. So all the elements that have incomplete shells, they are called as normal elements. Talking about P block, it starts from group 13 to group 18. Okay. Now, group 13 to 18, that means, as I said earlier, the last number consists of the number of electrons present in outermost shell. So that means group 13 elements will be consisting 3 electrons in outermost shell, 14, 4 electrons, and so on. As you all can see on your screen, it's getting highlighted. Now, this block also consists of a zigzag line, and that zigzag line, students, is nothing but the border between metals and non-metals. On left hand side, you have metals, and on the right hand side, you have non-metals. Always remember this. And what is present on that zigzag line? The elements that consist of metallic as well as non-metallic character. That is metalloids. Which are the metalloids? Boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, and polonium. They are metalloids. Okay. So it is also said that P block consists of all types of elements, that is metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Or it is also said that P block contains normal elements and inert elements. Now, normal in the sense metals and non-metals both have incomplete shell, and inert elements in the sense the last shell is completely filled. Okay, so inert, also called zero group elements or noble gases. D block elements from 3 to 12. Okay, now they are bit different in the sense they are last two shells are incompletely filled. That is second last shell and last shell. Okay. Outermost two shells are incompletely filled, as you all can see. Plus, these elements are placed before the zigzag line. Okay. That is on left hand side of the zigzag line. And that is why they are all metals. You all can see on the screen itself, iron and copper. They are the best examples of metals. Okay. Students, they are also called as transition elements. Now, why transition? Because the electrons present in the shells, they keep on jumping from one shell to another shell. Okay. I mean, they can do that transition. Okay. So that is why they are called as transition elements. F block, that is the last block. Now, these elements are placed below the D block, that is below the transition elements. And that is the reason why they are also called as inner transition elements. And all of these elements are metals. Plus, they have last three shells incompletely filled. Okay. Now, students, I'm giving you all 10 minutes so that you all can study properly. And I will start asking you all questions after those 10 minutes. Your time starts now. You need to study everything, Vraj, all the lectures. And that's the reason why 10 minutes are given. Lecture 1, 2, 3, and today's lecture. No, Ganesh. Anish, I guess you don't pay attention to the lecture. I said 10 minutes are given for your study. So kindly study. Okay. Transition elements, Ganesh, in the sense the elements whose last two shells are incompletely filled. Okay. Their electrons can jump from one orbit to another orbit. And that is why they are called transition. No Ganesh. So students, I hope you all are done with the preparation, and I guess Ganesh is quite interested in asking lots of questions. That means Ganesh is quite prepared with whatever I studied. Sorry, help you all to study. Is it Ganesh? Answer that please. And Ganesh, the question which you are asking, ma'am, hydrogen metals नहीं है तो वो सबसे ऊपर क्यों है? I hope you remember in 9th standard it was said that hydrogen was the first discovered element, and you are currently in 10th standard, Ganesh. So just because chat box is open for you all, that's why you all are asking so many questions, because all those questions are quite silly. Now, Jay, that depends upon you if you want to do 118 elements by heart, all 118 elements, or no. Okay? Come on, answer this. In modern periodic table, periods are 7, groups are 18. Good. Which of these is not a block of modern periodic table? H. Groups 1 and 2, S block, group 13 to 18. D. Excellent, Ganesh. Look, your answer has changed to P. D block consists of 3 to 12, Ganesh. Good job, everyone. The D block constitute group dash. Just now I said, come on, answer this. Yes, good job, Dhananjay. 3 to 12. The lanthanide and actinide series at the bottom form the dash block. Good job, Asmi. F block. Metals left side of zigzag line, dash right side of zigzag line. Non-metals. Again, good job, Asmi. Okay, now raise your hands. Who can tell me the difference between modern periodic table and Mendeleev's periodic table? 2 points at least. Raise your hands, students. Okay, Manjiri, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Manjiri.
First, this table is based on atomic mass of elements, Mendeleev's periodic table. Modern periodic table, this table is based on atomic number of elements.
Okay.
Second point in Mendeleev's periodic table, Mendeleev's periodic table consists of only 63 elements. And
Okay.
modern periodic table consists of 118 elements.
Good job, Manjiri. Okay. Next question. Can someone explain me the structure of modern periodic table? Okay, Atul.
Yes, miss. In modern periodic table, there are 18 groups and 7 periods and 2 additional rows at the bottom of the periodic table called lanthanide series and actinide series. All tall columns are labeled as A and short columns as B. There are 118 boxes in a periodic table, including the 2 series.
A and B when I said that, Atul? Atul, I asked you something.
Miss, I think that you have asked structure of modern periodic table.
Yeah, but beta, I never explained anything related to A and B, right? Those were the way of naming in the old language. Right now, we are not using that technique. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, but that's fine. The further part was right. Good. Okay. Now, next question. Can someone explain me all the 4 blocks of modern periodic table? What happened, Ganesh Mishra? Why are you not asking anything now? Ganesh Verma, sorry. Yeah, now he is here. Okay. Unmute yourself, Ganesh.
Miss, there are 4 blocks in periodic table. S
Mm-hmm.
block contains group 1 and group 2. P block contains group 13 to group 18, and D block contains group 3 to group 12, and F block contains lanthanide series and actinide series.
Okay. Proceed. More? Great. And you muted yourself directly. Okay. Asmi, can you continue?
Yes, Miss. Good evening. I can continue.
Good evening, dear. Tell me.
Some the elements which from D block, they are also called as transitional elements because last two shells are incompletely filled. Also, at last block, that is block number 13 to 18, P block, it contains a zigzag line which divides non-metals at right hand side and metals and left hand side, and the metals at the center of lines are metalloids.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Asmi.
Table. The metalloids are selenium, arsenic. Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's fine, Asmi. That's fine. Thank you. Okay. So you all did well today again. Okay. Um, please prepare yourself more properly for tomorrow so that other than Asmi, than Anish, then Ganesh, Atul, and who else answered today? I guess Manjiri was also there. So other than them, other students also, I need answers from you all as well. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Deepika ma'am. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.